This journal was discovered beneath the floorboards of a small apartment during renovations. Its entries detail the unnerving experiences of a tenant who believed they were living alone, but began to question that assumption. This is the invisible roommate. May 2nd. I've been in this apartment for 3 weeks now. It's not much, but it's mine. The walls are thin, and the pipes groan every now and then, but for the price, I can't complain. I thought living alone would feel isolating, but it's been surprisingly nice, peaceful. May 5th. Something odd happened today. I woke up and found a glass in the sink that I don't remember using. I thought maybe I forgot, but I'm usually meticulous about washing dishes before bed. Then, tonight, I was in my room reading when I heard footsteps in the kitchen. I froze, listening. They were slow and deliberate, the kind of sound you'd expect from someone pacing. I checked, but of course no one was there. Maybe it's the neighbor upstairs? Sound carries weirdly in this building. May 7th. I woke up to the smell of coffee this morning. It was so strong, I swore someone had brewed a fresh pot. I don't even own a coffee maker. When I went into the kitchen, there was nothing, no coffee, no mugs out of place. Just that faint, lingering smell. I'm starting to wonder if my mind is playing tricks on me. Living alone for the first time. Maybe I'm just not used to the quiet. May 10th. I heard it again tonight, the footsteps. This time, they were right outside my bedroom door. I held my breath, waiting for the sound to move away, but it didn't. It just stopped like whoever or whatever it was standing there, listening. When I finally worked up the courage to open the door, the hallway was empty. But the air felt different, charged, like the room had just been vacated. May 13th. Something is definitely wrong here. This morning, I found a wet towel hanging in the bathroom. I haven't showered yet today, and the steam, it was fresh, still clinging to the mirror. I thought maybe someone broke in, but the locks were untouched. Nothing was missing. If someone's been here, they don't want to take anything. They just want me to know I'm not alone. May 15th. I can't explain this. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of whispering. It was faint, coming from the living room. I couldn't make out the words, but the tone, it was low, urgent, like two people arguing. When I got up to check, the voices stopped. The living room was empty, but the couch cushions were disturbed, like someone had been sitting there. I've started locking my bedroom door at night, but I don't think it matters. Whoever or whatever it is, they're already inside. May 19th. I'm not crazy. I know I'm not. Tonight, I set up my phone to record while I slept. When I reviewed the footage, I saw the bedroom door open slowly, just a crack. No one entered, no one appeared in the frame, but the door moved. And then, for hours, nothing until just before dawn, when the blankets on the edge of my bed shifted, like someone sat down. May 21st. I can't stay here anymore. Last night was the final straw. I woke up to the sound of someone breathing. Close, too close. It was coming from the other side of the bed. I didn't look, couldn't. I just pulled the covers over my head and lay there, paralyzed, until the sun came up. When I finally dared to peek, there was an imprint on the pillow beside me. A perfect, human-shaped indentation. May 23rd. Packed my bags. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, first thing. But as I sit here writing this, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. Every time I glance up, I think I see movement out of the corner of my eye, just beyond the doorway. This isn't paranoia. Someone or something has been here with me all along. I just hope I can make it out before they decide I shouldn't leave. This journal was recovered from a suburban home that stood vacant for years before being sold. The previous owner left suddenly, their belongings still scattered throughout the house. Among them was this journal, which describes an unsettling experience that began with whispers and scratching beneath their bed. This is the sound beneath the bed. March 10th. I've always hated sleeping in complete silence, so I keep a fan running at night. It helps drown out the creaks and groans of the house. Last night, though, I heard something else. It started as a faint scratching. So faint, I thought I imagined it. It seemed to be coming from under the bed. I told myself it was the house settling or maybe the pipes, but the sound didn't stop. When I bent down to look, the space under the bed was empty. Nothing but dust. March 12th. The scratching is louder now, and it's not constant. Comes in short bursts like something trying to get my attention. I've checked under the bed 3 times today. Each time, there's nothing. Just an empty void and that layer of dust I keep meaning to clean. Am I losing my mind? Maybe I'm stressed. I haven't been sleeping well lately. March 14th. It's not just scratching anymore. I heard whispers last night, muffled and distorted, like a voice trying to speak through static. I couldn't make out the words, but I felt like they were meant for me. I didn't check under the bed this time. I just turned up the fan and pulled the covers over my head like a child afraid of monsters. I felt ridiculous, but I couldn't bring myself to look. March 16th. The whispers are clearer now. They're saying my name. It started just after midnight, a soft, drawn-out Daniel, like someone was lying under the bed, calling to me. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I grabbed my flashlight and dropped to the floor to look under the bed. The light cut through the shadows, and for a moment, I felt relief. There was nothing there, just the same dust and a few stray socks I'd forgotten about. But as I was about to pull away, I thought I saw movement in the far corner, a shadow shifting slightly, like it was retreating deeper into the dark. I told myself it was my imagination, a trick of the light, and crawled back into bed. I barely slept. March 18th. I stayed at a friend's place last night, hoping the break would help. Didn't. When I came back this morning, my bed was moved, just slightly, maybe an inch or two. I thought I was imagining it until I noticed the grooves in the carpet. Something under there shifted it. I don't know what to do. I've searched the entire room, pulled the bed away from the wall, but there's nothing there. Just that empty space underneath, so dark it feels alive. March 19th. Last night, I stayed in my bed, determined to face whatever this is. The whispers came again, clearer this time. They weren't just saying my name anymore. They were laughing. Soft, mocking, childlike laughter. And then the bed shook, just for a moment, like something heavy slammed against it from underneath. I nearly fell out, but when I steadied myself and looked, it was the same. Nothing but an empty, silent room. I didn't sleep. I just sat there, clutching the flashlight and staring at the floor until sunrise. March 21st. It's worse. So much worse. I'm hearing the whispers all the time now, even during the day. They follow me, faint and teasing, just at the edge of my hearing. I tried to move the bed out of the room entirely, but I couldn't. No matter how hard I pushed, it wouldn't budge, like it's rooted to the floor. I don't know how much longer I can take this. I'm so tired, but I can't bring myself to sleep. I know it's waiting for me. Whatever it is, it's waiting. March 23rd. It happened again. The bed shook violently, and I heard a loud thud, like something crawling under there slammed against the frame. I screamed for it to stop, but the laughter came again, louder this time, echoing in my ears. I tried to leave the room, but the door wouldn't open. The knob wouldn't turn, like it was being held shut. I sat in the corner, shaking, until morning. When I finally opened the door, the hallway was empty. I can't do this anymore. I can't stay here. But every time I try to pack my things, I feel watched, like something is waiting for me to make a move. March 25th. I don't know if I'm still awake or dreaming. Last night, the whispers didn't come from under the bed. They came from above it. I felt breath on my neck, warm and slow, as the voice whispered, "Run." I ran, but when I opened the door, I found myself back in the room. The same bed, the same whispers. I don't know how I wrote this entry. I don't remember picking up the pen. I just remember hearing my name, over and over. Daniel, Daniel, Daniel. I'm not alone. I never was. It's under there. It's always been under there. If you're drawn to tales like these, consider subscribing to Spectral for more chilling entries waiting to be uncovered. And if you have your own haunting story that you'd like featured in an upcoming compilation, we'd love to hear it. Just email us at spectralentries@gmail.com. Now, let's get back to the video. This journal was found in the desk of a small apartment that had been rented by its occupant for less than a year. Among the pages, there was one recurring theme, an unsettling letter that arrived each week, foretelling an event that hadn't yet occurred. This is the repeated letter. April 4th. It showed up again today. Same handwriting, same words, same crisp white envelope. April 18th. 10:32 p.m. The final moment will come. That's all it says every time. No signature, no return address, nothing. At first, I thought it was a prank. Maybe someone at work messing with me. But 3 weeks in a row? It's not funny anymore. April 11th. Another week, another letter. I watched the mailman this time, just to see if he noticed anything unusual. He handed me the envelope like it was any other piece of mail. He didn't even look twice. I called my parents last night and asked if they'd been getting anything weird. They haven't. No one else has. Why me? Why April 18th? What's supposed to happen? It's starting to get under my skin. I don't even want to open my mailbox anymore. April 13th. I tried throwing them away. All the letters. I shredded the first 3, thinking that would be the end of it. But when I got home tonight, they were back, perfectly folded, sitting on my kitchen counter. I live alone. My door was locked. How did they get in here? I don't know what to do. I've stopped sleeping properly. Every creak in the apartment feels like someone moving around, leaving these letters where I'll find them. I don't know what's worse, that it keeps happening or that I'm starting to believe it's not a prank. April 15th. 3 days left. I can't focus at work anymore. I can't think about anything but the letters. I've saved them now, stacked neatly in a drawer, as if keeping them all together might give me some kind of answer. This week's letter wasn't any different. The same words, the same date and time, but now it feels heavier. Like there's something in the air pressing down on me every time I read it. I tried talking to my neighbor, just to see if they'd noticed anyone hanging around the building. They said they hadn't seen anything unusual, but I could tell they didn't believe me. I don't blame them. I wouldn't believe me either. April 17th. I stayed awake all night, staring at the letters. I don't know why, but I felt like if I looked away, something terrible would happen. They feel different now, like they're waiting for me to do something. But what? I don't know where to go or who to tell. What am I supposed to do? Just wait for tomorrow night and see what happens? I thought about leaving town, getting in my car and driving as far as I can. But then I remember the letters showing up inside my apartment, even when I locked the doors. There's nowhere to go. Nowhere that it won't follow me. April 18th, 9:57 p.m. 35 minutes left. The letters are sitting on the coffee table in front of me, perfectly stacked, perfectly neat. I can't stop looking at them. My chest feels tight, my hands won't stop shaking, and the apartment feels colder than usual. The street outside is quiet, too quiet. Even the usual hum of passing cars seems to have disappeared. I don't know what's going to happen when the clock hits 10:32, but I can't bring myself to leave. It feels like it wouldn't matter if I did. I don't know if this will be my last entry. I just know I can't look away. Not now. Not when it's this close.